So we are back with another array problem called duplicate zeros. So here, given a fixed integer array, duplicate each occurrence of zero. So whenever you encountered zero, you need to duplicate that zero. So here that was 1 0, they duplicated it, and then shifting the remaining elements to the right. So after shift like duplicating the zero, what are the elements to the right? You just need to shift them to the right side, and actually your input and output arrays length should be same, so you would probably miss some of the elements from the array from in the result, and that is completely fine. So here, like when they encountered zero, they duplicated it and shift all the remaining array to the right side. In this scenario, they just lost this bit, this element, and then again they encountered zero, and then they shift their like duplicate that zero and then shift remaining to the right, and they lost this 5 and 4, 5 and 0. So this is the result array. And obviously, like if the array is not containing zero, then your input should be same as the output. Cool. So what we can do, we can take two pointers. One will be at the start, another at the end, and the first pointer will just traverse each element one by one. And whenever we encountered zero, we will increment that pointer again because one step ahead, because that backend step we need to put a zero, because so we'll just increment it from one step, and from the back we can shift all the elements to the right till that first pointer. So whenever I will repeat, like whenever we encounter the first zero, right? So whatever is the our first pointer, we'll increment it one more step just to put one more zero. So it will pointing here till here, and or the second pointer will point at the last, and what it will do, it will shift all the bits to the right side, and it will just go backwards like in the left direction till our first pointer. Yeah, and this actually we need to do in place. So whatever, like if you see the return type is void, so what is the input array, we need to modify the input array itself, and we don't need to return anything. So yeah, let's start. So directly, like we'll first take a pointer, which will start from zero, and this pointer will obviously go till the length of the array. So while I is less than array not length I plus plus. And now if that element which we are currently pointing to is zero, so if it is zero, then our whole process will start here. So if it is zero, first we need to do that, create a vacant space for duplicating the zero. So I will just increment I one more time so that it will create a vacant space to duplicate that uh, zero. Like by default the anti array contains zero, so we don't need to assign zero. And then like we created a space here by this thing. Now we just need to shift all the elements from the last till this I to the right side. So for that you just need to take one more counter j, initialize with uh, the last length minus 1, and then run the loop while j is greater than I to just shift the bit on the elements. So the j element would be the j minus 1. Cool. So I think this should be well enough. Let's do this. I think we are missing a bracket here. So this is while, this is if, this is while. Yeah, we are missing a bracket. Cool. Let's test this. Okay, so we have missed, I think, anything. Yeah, we just forgot the decrement the J. So J is going left side, and we just need to decrement J at every cycle. Cool. Yeah. So this basic task is passed. Let's submit this and see the other task is. Yeah, it's accepted. Let's check the details. Okay, all the tasks is passed. Cool. Thank you.